How are you doing?
Good.
How you doing? Good. Let me make sure my phone's shut off.
I don't know. Yes, exactly.
You're the master.
Look at that.
Hello, hello.
Hey there. How are you doing?
Yeah, almost on Tucker
Nice seeing you. Did you get what you
Oh,
needed
yes, sir.
upstairs?
Absolutely.
Very good.
Absolutely.
I'll teach you how to tie one.
I already know.
Yeah.
That's my gig now.
It is?
When you get old like this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
Clip it
gotta
on
get
the back,
old.
right?
Well, you got the gray. You got the snow on the single.
Clip it right there.
I don't think you got
You
the
need to
number.
come meet with myself and Judge Goggins. We got some more tie one.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
saw, I was on a TV this morning.
Yeah,
He didn't have
John
a
wears
tie
them
on.
all the time.
None of the lawyers were wearing ties. None of them had ties.
All right.
Even wearing ties.
They were probably home trying to tie them.
They're sitting there like unabashed, and I'm looking under the robe, you know, they got those fake backgrounds, I have no idea if he's in anybody's slippers or not, but he didn't have a tie on.
All right. Welcome, everyone. It's about 6:31 p.m. I'd like to call to order the... Oh, recording, please.
Recording in progress.
All right. Well, welcome, everyone. It is now 6:32 p.m. I'd like to call to order the Fenton Township Board meeting on this third day of October 2023. I ask everyone to please stand for the opening prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Trustee Gopal, would you lead us?
Yes, sir, thank you. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of our community. We ask for peace in the warring countries. Bless the sick, the injured, and those who have passed as we pray for an end to the conflicts that exist today. We ask this in your most holy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As always, Mark, thank you. Operations Manager Broker, will you please call the roll?
Yes. Lorraine,
Present.
Krug is absent. Tucker.
Present.
Gopal.
Here.
Kotrick.
Here.
Kessler.
Here.
Reed. Here. You have 6 members present.
Thanks, Tom. I'd like to note for the record that Township Attorney Jack Belzer, our Operations Manager Tom Broker, our Fire Chief Ryan Volz, and Township Assessor Julia Wilson are also present. Oh, and also Melissa Lawrence from Lawrence Engineering. I usually get to say that they're on Zoom, but she is here present this evening. Tom, will you detail the procedures for those attending tonight's virtual meeting?
Yes, to the members of the public attending tonight's meeting in person or via Zoom, please be advised the meeting is being recorded to be shown on Public Access TV, Spectrum Channel 191. Recorded meetings are also posted on the Fenton Area Community Television YouTube channel. For those attending via Zoom, we ask that you keep your microphone muted until we reach portions of the meeting where public comment is allowed. For tonight's meeting, there are 2 public hearings, one for the Glade Street Lighting Special Assessment and one for the Golden Pond Special Assessment, during which public comment will be taken. All other public comment will be taken near the end of the meeting. Meeting materials are available for download on the Township's website at fentontownship.org.
Thanks, Tom. All right, moving on to the first business in order is the approval of the agenda. Are there any requests to amend tonight's agenda? Hearing none, a motion is in order to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Support.
All right, motion's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, Operations Manager Broker, will you call the roll?
Yes. Lorraine.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Kotrick.
Yes.
Krug is absent. Kessler.
Yes.
Gopal.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Motion carries. Agenda is approved.
All right. Moving on to the next business order was the meeting minutes. Included in the packet are the meeting minutes from the September 19th regular meeting. Are there any corrections or requested revisions to these meeting minutes? Hearing none, the meeting minutes stand approved as presented. Moving on to expenditures. Are there any questions from the board regarding any of the invoices?
Looks like there's a township credit card that's got travel expenses on it. I think it was Elan Financial. What's that all about?
Let me find it here. Under E, you said? Okay.
Elan Financial.
It's going to be a combination of items. If you go to the invoices tab,
Oh my goodness. I have an invoices tab?
Yes.
I'm not sure how much detail will be there, to be honest, but there's a number of conferences that we use the township credit card to pay for the lodging and
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah.
That's a bookmark.
Yep.
Invoices bookmark. I didn't. When do we start doing that?
A lot more.
Today.
Today.
Well, how kind of me to point that out.
I did put it in the email yesterday, but.
Oh, you wanted me to read my
Yeah, you-
email from yesterday?
Are there any other questions or,
Yeah, this isn't helpful.
well, it's only about 400 pages, so we.
Oh, all right.
We thought you'd want to spend the evening.
All right, who's going to Soaring Eagle? That's what I want to know, all right?
Oh, that was me.
Who's going to Soaring
And
Eagle?
no wonder he's trying to not answer the
No,
question.
no, that was the MAMC Clerks Education Day.
Yeah, Show me the papers.
I've got them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even gamble, so I didn't pick the venue.
Any other questions?
That's what Dean said when he said, I'm going to this thing. Where's that? Traverse City. Yeah, poor thing. Didn't even invite me. You know, think I would want to attend those same training sessions. No.
No?
No. All right, I'm done.
All right, any other questions on the invoices from anybody else on the board? Hearing none, a motion is in order to approve the expenditures totaling $987,726.67 for payment.
So moved.
Support.
All right, motion's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, Operations Manager Broker, you call the roll.
Yes, Krug is absent. Kotrick?
Yes.
Kessler?
Yes.
Reed?
Yes.
Gopal?
Yes.
Tucker?
Yes.
Lorraine?
Yes.
Motion carries, expenses are approved.
All right. Moving on to the next business order is public hearings. This is on the proposed street lighting special assessment district for the Glades, hearing of necessity. The developer of the Glades condominium subdivision has requested the creation of a street lighting special assessment district. The estimated cost of the project is about $1,100 for street light installation, $980 per year for operation and maintenance of the street lights, plus administrative costs. This is the public hearing on the creation of the special assessment district. The board will accept public comment on the following: the creation of the special assessment district, the proposed boundaries of the district, the necessity of the improvement, the plans for the improvement, and the cost estimates for the improvement. I will now open up the meeting for public comment. Is there, well, Tom, do we have any written comments?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone here present this evening that would like to address the board on the proposed street lighting special assessment district for the Glades? All right. Hearing none, we'll move on to Zoom. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Would you mind coming up and to the podium and just give us your name, please?
That's strange.
Yes, I did.
For those that don't know me, I'm Michelle Spear, and my address is 12802 Ivy Lane. I'm part of this first assessment. Just a couple questions. The initial cost, the $1,100 for the to install the streetlights, how was that gathered? I mean, was it from bids, or how do we know that it's not going to be more than that?
Well,
Are you
it's-
involved in that process, or is that just the
It's
developer?
actually, the streetlights will be under the township's streetlight contract with Consumers Energy. So
Okay.
it's not bid. The consumers will install the streetlights. They're $100 a piece.
Okay.
And the developer's paying the $1,100 upfront cost. So we're only going to be assessing, that's not the subject of tonight's hearing, but we're going to assess just the 2024 electric and operation and maintenance costs, plus the township admin costs will be assessed to the property owners.
Which is the $980 divided by plus the township fee divided by the
Right.
number of
So
lots?
It'll be 2,000 plus 980 divided by 35 the first year, and then after that, it's about $28 to $30 a year.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Nice seeing you again.
When's the open house? I didn't get my invitation.
Is there anyone else present with us tonight that would like to address the board? Hearing none, we will move on to Zoom. Is there anybody that is on Zoom that would like to address the board? If so, please either raise your hand or unmute your mic. Debbie, Don?
No, thank you from Don.
All right, no thank you from Don. All right. All right, hearing none, I will now close the public hearing. Are there any questions or comments from the board? All right, resolution number 2023-40. Operations Manager Broker, will you please present the resolution?
Yes, resolution 2023-40 approves the plans and estimated costs, creates the Glades 1 street lighting special assessment district, which includes units 1 through 24 and 80 through 90 in the Glades condominium subdivision, directs the supervisor to create a special assessment role, and repeals any conflicting resolutions.
All right, thanks, Tom.
I will move the resolution. Support.
All right, motion's been moved and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Operations Manager Broker, will you please call the roll?
Reed.
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Krug is absent. Patrick.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution is adopted.
All right, thanks, Tom. In anticipation of the adoption of the previous resolution, a special assessment roll has been created, certified, and filed with the Township Clerk. That's resolution number 2023-41. Operations Manager Broker, will you please present the resolution?
Yes, Resolution 2023-41 acknowledges the filing of the special assessment roll with the clerk and its availability for review until the public hearing. Schedules a public hearing on the special assessment roll at the November 6th board meeting. Directs the clerk to publish and mail the notice of hearing according to statute and repeals any conflicting resolutions.
All right, we need a motion to adopt resolution number 2023-41 as presented.
I'll move the motion.
Support.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Operations Manager Broker, will you please call the roll?
Kotrick.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Krug is absent. Gopel.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution is adopted.
Thanks, Tom. All right, next under public hearing is Golden Pond Lake Improvement Special Assessment District.
Well done, Gaston.
Yeah, see you later, Gazan. Assessment District hearing on revised special assessment roll. This is a public hearing on a revised special assessment roll for the Golden Pond Improvement Special Assessment District. The revised roll increases the final installment of the special assessment by about $28 to cover the cost of the annual permits, which were inadvertently omitted from the initial cost estimates. The board will now accept public comment on the following: the revised assessment amounts and the validity of the proceedings to date. I will now open it up for public comment. Is there anyone here that would like to address the board? Hearing none, we'll now move on. Tom, do we have any written comments? All right. Is there anyone that is attending via Zoom, Debbie or Don, that would like to address the board?
Don says no, thank you.
All right. Hearing none, I will now close the public hearing. Any questions or comments from the board? Okay, resolution number 2023-42, Operations Manager Broker, will you please present the resolution?
Yes, Resolution 2023-42 confirms revised special assessment roll number 2019-08 as the assessment roll for the final installment of the special assessment for the Golden Pond Improvement Special Assessment District. Establishes the due and payable date of December 1st, 2023 for the final installment. Assesses a 1% per month penalty on late installments. Directs the clerk to deliver the special assessment roll with warrant attached to the treasurer. Directs the treasurer to collect the special assessments and repeals any conflicting resolutions.
Thanks, Tom. All right, I need a motion to adopt resolution number 2023-42 as presented.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
All right, motion's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Operation Manager Broker, will you please call the roll?
Gopel.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Kotrick.
Yes.
Krug is absent. Reed.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution is adopted.
All right, thanks, Tom. Next business order is reports. Are there any committee reports to be made to the board this evening? Hearing none, we move on to communications. None. Adoption of ordinances. None. Moving on to unfinished business. This is the Election Commission meeting October 17th, 2023. I just want to advise that the Fenton Township Election Commission will meet at 6 p.m. on October 17th to appoint election inspectors for the November 7th, 2023 special election. Any questions? Hearing none, we'll move on to the next business order. Under new business is award of a contract for snow removal services. I'm sure we all reviewed the memo in our packets. Operations Manager Broker, will you explain?
Sure. So we did an RFP back in August. We got 5 proposals, which was good. I think when we did this 3 years ago, we got 2. But our current service provider, the Fenton groundskeeper, was still the low bid, and I recommend, and he's willing to hold him for 4 years, and so I recommend we award the contract to the Fenton groundskeeper.
Thanks, Tom. Are there any questions or comments from the board?
Yeah, I was just curious. It seems like Envious was pretty close, but the other 3 were dramatically higher. Do we know if that just because they had to travel from further away, or are they like?
That would be my guess. I know one was from Waterford.
Yeah.
You know, I suppose the one advantage that the Fenton groundskeeper has, he knows exactly what it costs him to do, so he probably sharpened his pencil a little bit more than others. But yeah, you're right. The only one was even in the same ballpark as the low bid.
Thank you.
So I don't know what the reason is, but this is a shake my head thing when I look at this.
Yeah, it was
You
crazy.
guys don't know what we're talking about. We got 5 bids. They range from 7,000 and some change to $55,000. And it's for the same thing, okay? Yeah, we got 25, we got 19, we got 2 of them that are close, one's 7, one is about 10. And I'm just shaking my head because it's a Kate's comment, like, what the heck?
Yeah, like, I don't know if they were just submitting the bids, hoping, you know, no one else would bid or something, and
I
we
guess.
just.
Somebody wants $45 to do a particular service, the next one wants $350. Shaking my head, shutting my mouth.
And sometimes, I think companies look at government as,
Yeah. Looking at the wrong place.
all right, and it's the benefit of an RFP.
That's right.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, okay, I need a motion to approve a 4-year snow removal service agreement with the Fenton groundskeeper as presented.
So moved.
Support.
All right, motion's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Operations Manager Broker, will you please call the roll?
Kessler.
Yes.
Krug is absent. Reed.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Kotrick.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
Motion carries. Contract is approved.
All right, thanks, Tom. Next under new business, the appointment to Construction Code, Fire Code Board of Appeals. We've all reviewed the memo in our packets. In absence of the zoning administrator, Dean, Tom can provide details.
So, yeah, I reviewed this with Mike before he left, but if you remember, we've had a 5-member panel that served both as the Construction Code and Fire Code Board of Appeals for a number of years. And quite honestly, they have not met for at least 10 years. We just don't get very many of these. So we had 3 terms that were up at the end of September. 2 of them do not even live in the area anymore. And so Mike's recommendation, which I support, is to reduce the size of the board from 5 to 3, which still complies with both codes, and to fill the 3rd seat, because Ward Curtis and Jeff Wedding were appointed last year to 2-year terms. And he's recommending John Gazal who's the president of Gazal, Lewis and Associates Architects, as the 3rd member. And he believes that adding an architect will provide valuable expertise that will complement the building knowledge and experience of the other 2 members. And so that's his recommendation, that he be appointed to a 2-year term that ends at the end of September 2025.
Thanks, Tom. Are there any questions or comments from the board?
Yeah, I was just wondering, did we have any interest from anyone else? Or I guess I didn't really understand, I mean, I get that they meet very infrequently, but I didn't really necessarily understand why that meant it made sense to reduce from 5 to 3. Do we think there's just not need for 5?
Well, it makes it a little easier. You only need to get 2 together if you have to have a
the
meeting.
schedule.
It's easier to get a quorum, and then finding, qualified people, because
Right.
they have to have some expertise, in building or construction, and so they just felt that was a streamlined way to go. Again, because they'd never meet.
Right.
And now we say that, we'll
It's been
probably
over a
get an
decade.
appeal, but.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, I need a motion to appoint John Cazal to the Fenton Township Construction Board of Appeals and Fenton Township Fire Code Board of Appeals for the term ending September 30th, 2025.
So moved.
All right, motion's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Operations Manager Broker, will you please call the roll?
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Kotrick.
Yes.
Krug is absent. Motion carries. Mr. Gazal is appointed.
All right, thanks, Tom. Next on our new business is proposed revision to the 2023 Fenton Township meeting schedule. Again, we reviewed our memo in the packet. Operations Manager, will you provide additional details?
Sure. With Fenton Schools having scheduling a special election on November 7th, that's was our regular board meeting date. So my recommendation is we back it up a day to Monday the 6th, just so we don't have a conflict.
That's tough for you. Can you do that? I mean, I know you and Bob are usually pretty
Well,
tied up that evening before.
It's a small enough election, we don't really need to do any setup the day before. We could do it all that morning. It's a single
Select group.
precinct.
Right.
The prep work is about the same, but as far as the actual setup and the physical work, it's a lot less. So in this case, it will not be an issue.
All right, any other questions or comments from the board?
thought the schools were limited as to when they could do these elections. Is that?
Well, there are only 3 election dates available to anybody during a year, and it's the Tuesday after the first Monday in May, August, and November. And in this case, Fenton City already had a regular city council election on the books, so they piggybacked onto that.
Okay.
But
That makes more sense.
yeah, they're still going to have to pay the freight with us because we didn't have one scheduled. Nor did Tyrone, nor did Rose Township. So they're still going to be paying for those special election costs in those communities.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, need a motion to approve the revised 2023 Fenton Township meeting schedule as presented.
So moved. Support.
All right, motion's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Operations Manager Broker, will you call the roll, please?
Lorraine.
Yes.
Kotrick.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Gopal.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Krug is absent. Reed.
Yes.
Motion carries. Revised schedule is adopted.
All right, thanks, Tom. Moving on to the next business in order, which is board comment. Is there anyone on the board who has additional comments or concern? Anything this evening? All right, we're going to move on to the next business order, which is public comment on agenda or non-agenda items. I will now open up the meeting for public comment on agenda or non-agenda items. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the board on agenda or a non-agenda item? I think you know what to do.
Good evening, my name's Casey Barron, 16447 Cottage Court here in Fenton Township. Been a Fenton Township resident for close to 20 years, or maybe it's coming up on 20 years. I think most of you know me from being a member of the ZBA and interaction with the Fenton Township on many issues. Thank you for allowing me to speak this evening. I'm here today to announce to this board, I've already begun announcing, that I'm running for 67th District Court Judge. Judge Odette is retiring next year, and I look forward to filling his seat should the electorate give me the votes to do so, and I hope that I would have your support. You may have seen that recently there's some issues with the courts going on in Genesee County, particularly with the local courts, and I certainly support keeping our local courts. It looks like Fenton City, the court that's located on Silver Parkway, will be staying at least temporarily, and the one in Grand Blanc will be staying temporarily. And if Judge Odette has anything to do with it, it seems for the next while, that none of them will be going away. But I think those courts are very important to our local communities. They're important to the people. They're important for our economy. And I definitely support keeping those for the township. It's a cost savings, and having deputies and officers for the other entities, having to drive to Flint for the people, for having to go find places to park. Right now, I would say we don't even have places for judges to go at this point yet, and I don't know what the plan is for that. But in any case, that's one of the main issues I plan to address while I'm campaigning. But I believe that I have experience and trust that I've earned over the many years that I've been practicing and been in the community, and I'd hope that I'd be able to keep that with you, and I ask for your support. So thank you very much.
Casey, thank you very much.
Thank you. This is next year, Casey?
Yes, I'm getting out way early.
Okay. No, there's nothing wrong with being
never
prepared.
too early.
Yes, this is not this election. There is,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be on this November.
Yeah.
It would be next November. So actually, just one more second. Judge Odette is retiring next year, and then 2 years later, Judge McCabe will be retiring as well. So we're going to have some vacancies, which will be important places to fill for our judges. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone that is attending this evening that'd like to address the board on agenda or non-agenda items? Hearing none, I will move on to Zoom. Don, you're the only one left. Would you like to address the board on agenda or non-agenda items? If so, unmute your mic.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No,
Thank you.
thank you.
Very efficient meeting.
All right.
Running efficient meeting.
Yeah, there you go. 25 minutes. I love it.
You said
All right.
40
It
you
is
said
now
45.
6:55 p.m. If there's nothing else, I say good night, and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming.